Well, good morning. Welcome to Thoughts Can Change Your Life with me, Reverend Wolak. We're here each and every day at 8 a.m. for your viewing and listening pleasure as we explore what it is that we can do, what it is that we can create, what it is that we can manifest in this life so that we have a greater and greater and greater experience of it. So today is just a wonderful day, and I thought I would focus on focus. Because here's what I've come to understand. We have been domesticated, we have been conditioned, we have been led to believe that we need to focus on our past. And we need to dig up that past. We need to continue focusing on that past. We need to focus on our problems. We need to delve into those problems. Psychiatry and psychology all talk about that. Here's the key thing. When you focus on your problems, you create more energy about your problems. The more energy you create about your problems, the more you attract more of that. You literally are taking yourself down into a spiral effect. Instead, I might suggest you focus on creating your future. Who is it you desire to be? What is it you desire to experience? And then ask the question, based on who you desire to be and what it is you desire to focus on, are you the person that would have that in their lives? In other words, are you that vibration? Are you living that right now? Or are you still in the past? Because if you're still in the past, you're not going to attract that which you desire in the new. You see, it's a mismatch of frequency. One is a frequency of the past, one is a frequency of the desire, and you must become the frequency of the desire in order to have that experience. This is really, for me, it's a pretty simple concept. However, you've got to buck the system. You've got to buck your family. You got to buck your spouse. You got to buck your children. You got to buck your ministers, your priests, your imams, your gurus. You got to buck everybody. Because here's the key. Only you know where your life should go. Because there's an innate desire within you that knows. And only one person knows that, you. So stop waiting for other people to tell you. Stop waiting for other people to give you signs. Stop going to fortune tellers. Stop going to psychics. Stop going to priests, gurus, imams, and ask them, what should I do with my life? No. Sit still and listen. And begin to become that person who would have that experience. You're focusing on the image of what you want now, not the image of what you've been. If you focus on the image of what you've been, you're going to attract it over and over and over again. This is so evident in relationships. If anyone out there has been in a bad relationship, that bad relationship, the energy of that relationship is so subconsciously anchored in your system that no matter what happens, you keep attracting that same type of relationship. Have you noticed that? Even if you are in a relationship and you focus on the negatives about that relationship, you're going to keep attracting that from your partner. The key thing is become the person who would have a balanced relationship, would have a relationship that was unconditionally loving. What do I mean by unconditionally loving? Accepting. Meaning, the person and I are not going to get along all the time. We're not going to have the same views. But we can accept each other for what we agree on, and we can accept each other what we disagree on. That's the key thing. You see, acceptance is the pure state of the observer. Acceptance is truly what love is. We've been taught it's something romantic. Think about this. We talk about God is love, right? God is love. This is what we've been brainwashed to believe. I believe that the infinite is love, without a doubt. Here's the key thing. The infinite does not see the good or the bad. It just sees. In other words, the infinite lives in total acceptance. Living in total acceptance is total God. It's the God experience. But if you keep thinking that to have the God experience, it's going to be a state where I'm happy. No, it means you're in the ego. The ego's being pleased. Did you get that? Happiness is a result of the ego being pleased. Balance, pure peace, is the divine. Shriel says, I've been focusing on each task I want to complete in my daily life. Our life is filled with so many distractions. Well, no doubt about it. There's no doubt there's distractions. That's the purpose of the ego. That's the purpose of life. Think about this. There's almost 8 billion people on the planet. Think about how many billions of animals are. Think about how, well, forget that. You've got 50 to 100 trillion cells in your body. Every one of them creating a sensation. If you just took a moment right now and scanned your body, think of the different sensations you would be having. I got an itch. Oh, that feels good. Oh, that's a pain. You've got all these sensations going on. Yeah, they're all distractions until you become the observer. When you become the observer, there is no good or bad. You just notice. You're not attached. They don't bother you. And when you're focusing on a task, just observe. What's my next step? What's my next step? What's my next step? Focus is difficult. I think men have an easier time focusing than women. And you'll say, Lee, well, that's very sexist. No, I think it's genetic. I think women they see more at one time than man does. That's my experience. That's how I justify it. It's my experience. And I keep hearing that from more and more and more people. Women walk into a room and they notice everything. Man walks into a room, he'll notice a television. He'll notice a beer. He'll notice a comfortable chair. He'll notice one thing. But a woman will notice everything, everything. So focusing is a greater challenge. Key thing is, whether you're a man or a woman, focusing is a choice. Did you hear what I said? Focusing is a choice. Yeah, Sherry, I'm reading a book right now called Understanding Women. It's written by a woman by the name of Allison. I don't remember her last name. But I can tell you, she talks about that and how, bless you ladies, that you, and I don't know that, and I want you to know that I don't agree with everything she says. I want you to know that up front. I do not agree with everything she says, but she talks about the idea that, and I played around with this with my wife, asking the question about how my wife has all these things going on and what she wants to accomplish. And she starts one thing and then she gets there and she moves to this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. And somehow, by the end of the day, she's accomplished a lot. But it's not like a man where you focus on one thing, get it done. Then you focus on another thing, get it done. It's just a different way of processing. And you see, love would say, oh, just observe. You're processing differently. Just observe. You have a different way of focusing. So when I'm using the word focus today, I'm not using the word one thing at a time. I'm using it, what direction are you placing your thought? What direction are you placing your feelings? Is it toward the past or is it toward the new you that you desire to be? You see, that's not specific. That's a direction. And so you could be multi-focused and focused on the woman or man you want to become because there's so much to do. I don't want to say there's an advantage or a disadvantage to a single focus or a multi-focus. I don't know that there is. Sometimes I think I have some women qualities because I go multi-focus. I'm distracted easily. But then again, I realize that could be a habit of thought from the ego. Sandra Lynn says, men think with the wrong organ. Sandra Lynn, let me bring you into reality. Thinking and instinct are not the same thing. Did you get that, Sandra? I know Sandra well, so I can say that. Instinct is very different than thinking. Some men function more from instinct, others function from thought. And they're very, very different. And here's a key thing. Instinct is always in the background. And that's true for men, and it's true for women. The instincts are just different. So I share that with love. So today I'm going to tell you, I've got a special going, something special has never happened before on an Agape online service. And we're going to do that at 10:30 today. So if you want to see something or hear something special, today will be that day. Also, for those of you in Dallas, a week from today, we're going to be doing Agape in the Park. Agape in the Park. So if you're interested in joining Agapeans in person at a park in Frisco, Texas, go to agapespiritualcenter.com and you'll find the information there. Love to have you there. But guess what? I'm here every day at 7 a.m. for meditation. And you find that at agapespiritualcenter.com under the calendar. And you join through Zoom. I'm here every day to talk to you on thoughts that can change your life. I do that because it gives me joy, because I love you. So, hey, you create a great day and know that I love you. Aloha.